Hi, and welcome back to the Ultimate Frontline Leadership Training Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Quinn, and today we're going to be talking about Step 2 of Management 101, Delegate and Demonstrate. Now that you've toured the unit after Step 1 and you've noted down in your notebook the things that need to be taken care of and addressed during your shift, or even later on. I mean, you may notice maintenance issues that might have to be taken care of next day or the next week, depending on whatever the issue is. But you walked around the unit in Step 1. You've jotted down things that needed to be addressed and taken care of. And now Step 2 is delegate and demonstrate. So what you're going to do is you're going to delegate these items to the people who are responsible for maintaining those items. Be really careful not to ask, like, say, dishwashers to come in and maintain tables or something out front. If that's not normally their task, they're going to be kind of resentful. They're going to be thinking to themselves in their head, hey, why isn't he asking the busboys or these servers to go do that stuff? Why am I being yanked out from my responsibilities to go do somebody else's responsibilities? Nobody likes doing somebody else's work. Once in a blue moon, it'll be a slight grudge. But if you're in the habit of kind of doing that, just whoever you see at the moment, hey, do this, hey, do that, they're gonna start depositing a lot of money in their resentment banks. So make sure that whoever you're talking to take care of the items that you've noted in your book, make sure they're responsible for maintaining those items, and you'll ruffle a lot less feathers. And then now when it comes to demonstrating, now this is really important, to save a few items for things for you to do to demonstrate proper procedures. So when you're going to, say, sweep the floor, make sure you bring the broom and the dustpan or the vacuum or whatever it is you're doing, and go ahead and do everything in the correct way. Say you're going to go outside and do carts. Say you work in a supermarket and you're going to go get shopping carts. Oftentimes people who do shopping carts wear bright reflective vests. They may carry along ropes to tie the carts together so none of them escapes and hits a car or something. They also may have plastic bags that you walk around with and empty the carts that, sometimes they get littered with stuff that the customers no longer need anymore, and you gotta throw it away because nobody wants to go pick up a cart that's got trash in it. So if that's what your customer expects of you, then that's what you need to demonstrate. You need to, even though you're a manager, you need to demonstrate that you're going to put that vest on over your shirt, your manager's shirt, whatever that is. You're going to grab that rope and you're going to grab that plastic bag. You're going to do everything that you expect them to do. Because if you don't, believe me, every person that sees you is going to tell every person that didn't see you what you didn't do, and now everybody is now no longer needed to do the plastic bag or the rope or whatever it is that you're not doing. If you decided, well, I'm just going to do carts for a moment and I don't want to put on that vest, put on that vest. Everything you expect from your team, you need to demonstrate as well. Everything. Anything you skip because, well, I'm a manager or whatever, they're going to deem they don't have to do that either, or they're not going to respect you when you tell them to do it and they personally or either saw or heard that you didn't do that. All right, so that's going to be immediate resentment bank money in that bank because you're asking them to do something that you refuse to do yourself. So if it's expected of the employee, you need to demonstrate it too, and it's really important. And not only is it important for the respect of your crew and for everything that you're going to tell them to do in the future, even if it has nothing to do with shopping carts, once you start cutting corners and stuff, they're going to start respecting every little thing that you say because you don't do everything correctly yourself, so they don't have to do everything correctly. Not only that, but it's really important, you go grab that plastic bag or go grab that rope or that vest. You put on that vest and it's smelly, guess what? You have a problem. You wouldn't have noticed it if you didn't put on that vest. Then you go around reaching, looking for other vests and stuff. You notice they're all smelly. Guess what? That's why people don't want to wear their vests, because nobody's washing or maintaining them. Same thing with the ropes, plastic bags. Did you run out of plastic bags? Who's in charge of stocking those plastic bags? It needs to be there. Otherwise, if they're not there, that's a great excuse for the employee to say, oh, there wasn't any plastic bags in there, so I didn't do it. I'm not picking up trash today. So make sure that you do every single thing that you ask your employees to do. You're demonstrating for them the correct procedures and policies that your company set out to do. You're demonstrating it for their benefit so they know if it's important enough for you to do, it's important enough for them to do too. And it's really, really important. That's all for today. Next week, we'll be talking about step 3 of the Management 101, the 4-step process I have for what you really need to do as a minimum to be a professional manager. And that's, you started off with a never-ending to-do list, walked around the unit, made some notes. Now today we talked about delegating, telling people to do what they need to get done, and you're going to delegate, or you're going to demonstrate the things that you find are important. Maybe nobody's doing all 3 of those things. They're getting the plastic bag or the rope or the vest. You're going to go do all 3 of those things to show everybody that, hey, you're doing it, they need to be doing it too. And if you call them out for it and you did it, they have no qualms about it. They saw you did it, they heard you did it, you're going to get it done. So make sure that your demonstration is 100% correct. You're doing it to the company standards, the company policies, and if it's important enough for the manager to do it, it's important enough for you to do it too. Now next week again, we're going to be talking about the step 3, which is a follow-up. All right. Just telling somebody to do something does not mean it's going to get done. And matter of fact, if that's all you do is just tell somebody to do something, there's a 50-50 chance that it's not going to get done. So if you want to make sure that more of your directions are getting done, stay tuned for next week's video. All right. And we'll see you then.